Hello everyone, welcome back to another Talon Academy video. This is the start of the weekly roundups coming back, seeming we've now started Season 5. So I'll start with the scores from this week's games, I'll then tell you what's coming up next week, and then I'll finish with my power rankings, which, by the way, are going to be completely wrong because this week had a lot of teams that I thought were going to roll that didn't. Teams I thought were going to get rolled that didn't, and teams that won which I really did not expect to win. So it's been very difficult to say the least. So we'll start off with this week's games. Let's get the 4-0s out the way first. Ayaya Bacon Clap 4-0 Aegis Hightower, and Watt 4-0 Midnight Direwolves. We got a few 3-1s in there as well. We got Zen's Garden 3-1ing the pack, to Spawn 3-1 over SDG, and Jabberwock 3-1 over LGBT, and then our closest game we had Atlantis clinching out 3-2 over Anubis. Next week we've got some good games to look forward to. We've got Anubis versus Jabberwock, we have Ayaya Bacon Clap versus Atlantis, LGBT versus Midnight Direwolves, SDG versus Zens, the Pack versus Aegis Hightower, and Watt versus to Spawn. And I've underlined 2 of these games, so if there's 2 that you really should head out to that I think are gonna really tell us what's happening this season, Ayaya Bacon Clap versus Atlantis I have highlighted first. Ayaya Bacon Clap, they did win 4-0, but against one of the weaker teams, so I want to see how they fare. And then of course, Watt versus to Spawn, I feel that's going to be one to definitely look out for the future of this season. And now, the thing everyone is looking forward to, the thing I've got completely wrong, and I've spent a solid while doing this, power rankings. I'm going to go from 12th up, and in 12th place I've put Aegis Hightower. Truth be told, they got absolutely destroyed by Ayaya Bacon Clap, and I don't think there's any team I can really put below them. And then same reasoning for 11th, Midnight Direwolves, showed a little bit more promise than Aegis Hightower, but still got 4-0'd in quite a convincing fashion. 10th, I've put LGBT. They did claim a map off of Jabberwock, but Jabberwock still took it pretty convincingly, to be honest. I'd like to see a little bit more from them, but they are making some moves. In 9th, I put the Pack. They did take a map off of Zen's Garden, but some people aren't that high on Zen, so maybe they should be winning that game. It's an either-or situation. In 8th, they've risen a lot for me. I really wanted to put them higher, like I was trying to think of reasons to put them up the team above them, but it is SDG, and I originally put them in 12th and memed on them last week, and they took a map off to Spawn and made other maps look close to, and I think that's really scary. But to put them higher, I want to see them do that over consistent weeks. They face Sens this week, who I've got a little bit higher up here, so if they can maybe beat them or claim some maps, maybe I can put them higher up. In 7th, it's a bit of a drop from last week for them, it's Anubis. They lose 3-2 to Atlantis, and this is where I get a little bit confused. Is Atlantis a good team? Or is Anubis worse than last season? I think that scoreline is a bit of both, so I'm putting them around the middle. They could drop or they could climb next week depending on how they face against Jabberwock. 6th is Atlantis, same reasons. Did you beat a team that doesn't look good, or did you beat a good team and therefore you are a good team? I don't think anyone really knows, but that was a great series to watch nonetheless. 5th, Jabberwock also falling a few spots. We did originally have them in the top 3, but I think when you lose a map to LGBT, a team that we had near the bottom, I think that does raise a few question marks, but if they can put away Anubis this week, then I think we can forgive them. In 4th, it's a team that I have a lot of stonks in, which everyone's confused about. It's Zen's Garden. They beat the Pack. Everyone was calling the Pack a good team. I know I've got them in 9th right now, but I think they still look pretty solid, and they're still going to pull away the lower end teams. That's why they're in 4th, but if they don't turn up against their match this week, then maybe SDG beats them. I have to put them down. In 3rd, Ayaya Bacon Clap, and some might call this quite generous, but they did rather convincingly put away Aegis Hightower. That's why I've underlined the match versus Atlantis. If this one goes close, then I think I do have to put them down. If they want to stay in this top 3, they have to completely sweep Atlantis off the feet. And the last 2 spots, The same as last time, it's To Spawn versus What. It's the game that's happening this week, which is why you really gotta watch it. Like, I'm not just saying that because it's my team. It's probably two of the best teams this season facing each other. I've actually put us second. What is in number 2, and To Spawn's at number 1. We did 4-0 Midnight Direwolves, however I've got them 11th. The team that To Spawn face STG I've put at 8th, however To Spawn, if you believe in Scrimbucks, that's why they're at number 1. And I think they're still very solid. They'll work out what went wrong, so I think they still have the edge, but it's definitely one to watch this week. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. Enjoy this week's of games, good luck to everyone, and yeah, I'll see you next time.